Hello everyone, this is Maureen and welcome to My Crochet Story. Today is April the 3rd and April the 3rd, and we are here to look at my newest little amigurumi. Now, many of you had, if you checked in with me last week, that's what I want to say. You'll notice that you will remember that I was working on a frog. And I introduced him to you as Bogart. But in the creation of Bogart, he had an identity crisis. And I told you that he wanted to be a Sherlock Holmes, in fact. But I was torn. I just didn't know which personality to leave him as, Bogart, or to switch him over to Sherlock. But I asked you, please tell me who you would like to see, Bogart or Sherlock, and we listened to who you wanted to see. But before I introduce you to my newest little amigurumi collection, let me say thank you to all of you that are here that pop in every time that I upload some content or a little bit of chit chat. I thank you so very much for checking in on me, see what's going on in my little crochet world. Now, if this is your first time here, welcome into you as well. I greatly appreciate your time, and I do hope that you'll stick around to see which personality popped up here in just a moment. And when you are finished, may I ask that you go take an extra couple of minutes and go look at all the other content that I have on my channel. And I hope that you'll find something that you'll like, so that you'll hit that little subscribe button down there in the corner. Then look for the bell that has those hugs on the side, because it'll let you know every time I upload some content. And before I leave this little phase here of my video, let me please remind all of you to be sure and leave your thumbprint. Leave me a comment so I know who it was that popped in today. And please share it out with your family and friends, because I mean, who doesn't like to see an amigurumi toy make a creator change their mind? Okay, so before I get too much into this, I do want to show you what Bogart was supposed to look like. Now, I know if you've been following me with my amigurumis, you know that I took him from this little book here. It's called Enchanted Woodland Creatures. I got it off of Amazon, and if you're interested in purchasing the book, it will be down there in the description box for you. Now, let me go over here where there's a very nice full-page picture for you to look at. I still had it tucked to where goodness, I didn't realize there was that many pages to him. Okay, here we go. Now, I will tell you that this skill level is 3 out of 4, which normally means intermediate to advanced. I really didn't find anything advanced on him. The only stitches that you needed to worry about were chains and single crochets and some half double crochets. Now, I will say that there is a lot, and I do mean a lot, of little attention to details, like stitch markers are most definitely your friend, and I mean more than just for tagging your rounds. It's very important because there are some little, I want to say, what is it I want to say? There are some unique techniques when you're making the hands and the feet, particular to this particular designer. Anyway, it's just her own unique style, which I didn't find any problem with doing, except that it didn't take me long to realize that I needed to make myself, just throw in a couple of extra stitch markers marking off this, that, and the other. But anyway, this was Bogart in the beginning. All right, there he is. I do hope that I've got a good picture there for you. Let me see. All right. Now, let's see. I kept pretty much to everything on here. I did make a few little adjustments because of his identity crisis, which I'm sure you have guessed by now that we have changed our name from Bogart to Sherlock Holmes, the detective frog. So here we go. I'm going to say, I would like to say close your eyes, but boop, there he is in all of his little glory. There's his little footsies hanging out below his breeches legs. And there's his jacket. Now I do want to tell you the little bit different things that I did on the jacket. As you'll notice that the jacket in Bogart style did not meet here in the middle. Well, I wanted to make this like the little duster jacket that Sherlock wore back in the era in which he was portrayed, the very first Sherlock. And on Bogart's jacket, there was supposed to be like some little opera tails, you know, little tail coat, but I just extended it and then of course cut it off. I really wanted to make it a lot longer, but since the pants were the same color as the jacket, I didn't feel any need to do that. I also extended the collar here just a little bit so that it would have that cape-like effect. I mean, you know, you have to, or I chose to give you the illusion of what his clothes were supposed to look like without actually doing it. I mean, this really should be like a little caplet on top of a coat, but I just put the two into one. And there is a little silk, or in this case black crocheted bow tie there to keep the jacket closed up at the top. Now I had to design my own hat, and I am kind of proud of it. Now it's not perfect, but it serves the purpose of the type of hat that Sherlock did wear. I probably shouldn't have put as much stuffing up here, but you know what? It's still okay. You know exactly what it is that you're looking at. And I did decide to keep his little friend Watson, you know, his little sidekick. So he's sitting up there on his hat, you know, so that he's really close to his ears to kind of help him along with his deductive reasonings whenever he's on a case. So there he is. I hope that y'all like our little transformation, because I want to tell you something. He's just as happy as a bug to be dressed up like Sherlock. And it really is a shame that y'all can't hear him speak, because he has the cutest little British accent you've ever heard in a frog, let me tell you. But anyway, there he is. I'm just very, very proud of him. I know that he may have a little identity crisis, folks, but you know what? Who better than Sherlock Holmes? I mean, you know, seriously. Because frogs are just naturally inquisitive anyway, so Sherlock it is. I do hope that you have enjoyed your little bit of time here with me and my new friend, Sherlock the Frog Detective. I do hope that you'll be back next week to see what other little critters I might have popping up for you to look at and enjoy, and I'll give you my own personal take as to what I liked and if there was anything I didn't like. Now, I found no problems with this pattern, honestly, folks. Of course, this is not the first of her patterns that I have crocheted and used. The only difference is that, as it always happens when Maureen wants to play with a crocheted toy, she's always got to put her own little spin on it. So I hope that you've enjoyed this one. So until next week, when we have more time for another Amigurumi Wednesday, let me remind you, please be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know, it could be your light that they need to see. I love you all. Here we go. Come on, Bogart.